Fringe Benefits of Education is a program we've had here at Kansas City, Kansas Community College since spring of 2008. Program designed for young men 17 to 24 years of age. And we called it Fringe Benefits of Education because one of the things that we discovered is young men in that age group tend to be on the fringe. And as my son said, they could go either way, depending on who their circle of influence are. So when Roger and I got together by happenstance, really by a provost at the time saying, here's a young man, I think he has something to add to the college. Can you figure out what you all can do together? Together we came up with the title of the program, Fringe Benefits of Education, and in a room back there behind this wall, a group of young men, a group of citizens, and one of our mentors who's been with us for a while, Mr. Daniels, was there with us. And they came up with the benefits of being in the program. And one of the benefits, they said, were to have a mentor and life coach, to help rebuild your swag, to open opportunities, to have community level support, and to position you to compete. That's one of mine. As we've gone through the years, we've noticed we didn't have brochures and pamphlets that we could pass out. So I brought some that we will be passing out this fall, the brochure that will be going out about Fringe Benefits of Education. We also have a poster, and Roger, if you would, the poster is on the table, and you will be seeing these posters also in the community. I've already had an opportunity to speak with a lady, the public relations person at Wyandotte County Mental Health. She came over to speak to me the other day, and they will be putting them up in the Mental Health Center. One of the things we found out as we're working with young men, a number of things happen, and particularly among men of color, the thought that a mental health issue may be part of what's a roadblock for you just don't seem like it's cool. But one of the things that we've discovered over these last 3.5 years is some of that is part of what's going on in the DNA of some of our young men, and we need to address that. If we're going to reprogram you and position you to compete, we got to get to the heart of the situation. And at the heart of it, we've discovered, sometimes, as one of our young men told us, he does have depression, and he didn't like taking his medication because it made him sleepy. But not taking his medication created other problems. We've had young men tell us that they had issues related to alcohol and drug addiction. And if we don't address those kind of things, one of them was keeping a young man out of a homeless shelter and got him kicked out on several occasions. So we need to address that if we're going to have adequate housing when we're in transition. We know that some of the issues dealing with social realignment need to occur, because when we start talking about how we wear our clothes, how we wear our hair, and some of the soft skills that we've been talking about over the last few years, those are some of the things that are keeping some of our young men from, one, gaining employment, and then keeping employment. So that's what this program is about. My friend here, would you stand up, please? Yes, you in the black shirt. If you didn't have any more than a collared shirt, no, stand up, some jeans, and some nice tennis shoes. The thing you may want to do this day that you may never do before is you might want to tuck the shirt in. If it's no more than for that 30 minutes you're going to be before that interview process, just 30 minutes. Tuck the shirt in. You can still wear your tennis shoes if that's all you have, but put on a collared shirt. But a tie says to people, I was in the salon one day, and a gentleman came in with his wife. He had on a white shirt and some white pants. She came in, and I listened because I was concerned with their conversation. When they left, they said, he's not a businessman. He looks like a nurse. I thought, where did they get that from? Well, he didn't have a businessman look. A businessman would have wore a collared shirt. He may have had a tie, and if he had a tie, he may have had it loosened and opened up. But if he had a jacket, he may not have had it on. But the thought that he had a collared shirt on with a tie and his shirt opened up would give them the impression that he was what? A businessman. People make first impressions before they even know you, based on how you look, how you talk, and how you present yourself. That's what this program is all about, positioning you to compete. Okay? What I'm going to do at this point is turn it over to Roger. He's going to say a few words for you. We're going to eat, and then we're going to, after we eat, turn it over to our speakers. So again, enjoy the evening and get a pearl of wisdom or kernel of truth from everything said tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. How y'all doing? Right. Little horse here. Basically, just to touch up a little bit, is the fact that we have to get out here and not just talk about what we see young people doing, but encourage them to get to something that's free and for them. You know, you hear people talk back in the days about, we had stuff back in the days where there was trades, people could learn and they could do these things. We got to push it. This is the only thing, you got to push into it. I know, how many people know somebody 16 and above that could be in this program? Raise their hands. So, but if they do something wrong, we know about them. We know how that boy right there is bad. So we need to send them somewhere and show them that we care about them. And it's not just for a person that maybe needs mental health. Sometimes just a person that the Fringe has multiple meanings. You could be just a class clown in school. You know, you could be a LeBron James fan, but whatever you want to be. And you just need that push. And this is the push where mentors can get with you and help you just get to the next level. You know, your dreams of being in football, you know, and getting a job, holding it down. We never know other people's stories. But one thing to be accounted for, as Alan would say, is another thing to stand up and be accounted for. You know, it's like giving money to charity, but not going and building a house up yourself. You know, to paint, to cut grass. You just throw money in, yeah, you helped out. But if you physically call that guy and said, what do you need to help you have a better life? And you do it. And if we believe in Christ, come on. It should be natural. Just like breathing, to help others, bear each other's burdens. Those are the things we have to do. And we get better as we connect with people to get better. And that's what this, to me, this program is about, is the fact that it's every Thursday, except for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And knowing Doc, if you wanted to, they probably will find somewhere to meet to do it. So, and that's the thing, but that says something, though. Because we can all make excuses. Mr. Daniels tell you, he's retired. He's retired, but yet he's here every Thursday. You know, because of the young men that he can reach and maybe give them some spiritual knowledge that maybe the only church they have is Thursday. So we need that. You know, or Rick working. And we want to acknowledge these people, because these people come every Thursday, getting off from work, coming straight here, or going to the library. And what if all of us thought like that, or took on that? Could the community be better? I think so. So let's stop being comfortably numb, and let's stop being limited to the little boxes we live in. Let's get outside the box and help people, and by helping others, we help ourselves. Fringe Benefit, once again, I'm back on the mic talking about Fringe Benefit. Here is one of the original mentors that when we first started out in 07, in November, he was one of the few guys that was at the first beginning of the meetings. Alan, tell us what you think the benefits of Fringe Benefits, and what do you see that we can do better?
Well, first of all, you know, the Fringe Benefit Program, I think as it is come and grown and developed, you know, has been one of a very good thing for the young men in this community, as far as outreach, getting the young men in the community that basically the opportunity, which is one of the things that is very necessary, is to have the opportunity to be in a position to be able to better yourselves, to achieve a greater, sense of self, to be able to be encouraged by men around you, the mentors who would come into the who have come into the program are great encouragers, to give us that, to give you that sense of being a young man or being a man, period, and upholding, the things that you would feel are the necessary things in life.
Became a Fringe Benefits to do something different, and Roger told me about it. He told me to come try it out, so I did. And my mom. It helps you, they help you find jobs. If you come and do what they say, it helps you find jobs. It helps you in the community, and it just gives you an extra name. Like if you need help, you just gotta come and listen to what they have to say, because they tell you good information. I'm about to go to the Navy in Hawaii, like junior ROTC in the DEP program. When I turn 17, I'll be in the DEP program, and then after that, once I graduate from high school, they're shipping me off to boot camp, and then I'll just go wherever I'm stationed at.
He's taking education to the next level and fight for our country.
My name is Antonio Rose Brown. I met Roger and Nick Mom told me about it, and they told me it's a good program for you to learn about life and stuff like that. And one thing I learned from the program is about being a man. I learned a lot about God. You can do anything that's possible. You can talk to him about stuff, and he will always put your problems in God's hands, and he will deal with it and help you for it. I want to go to college, play football, and if I'm going to play football, I'm definitely still going to college. And then in my future, I want to be a coach, help little kids, go around the country, tell kids about how to grow up and stuff like that. Help kids, help homeless people too. I get older too. So wherever God bless me with, I guess I'll do it.
It's what it's all about. You see, this is the future mentor right here. Peace out, Fringe Benefit. We on the go. What about you?
Well, I started out with the program back in August of 2008. My little cousin Armando brought me in. I've been through a lot of stuff since I've been with this program. It got me over a lot of stuff. Well, a lot of obstacles in my life. When I first came in, I was bouncing from job to job, and now I've been on my job successfully for like a year now. So Dr. McDowell was speaking on earlier, soft skills. There has been a lot of issues with management and me. So me learning them soft skills, or working on them more here at the program, has kept me at my job. How to handle a situation better. I would recommend it to anybody.
I just asked the Lord this day to bless me, bless my mouth. Come with the angels of burning coal to purify my mouth, so that I will speak only of His grace and of His goodness. And before the end of this day, just give Him thanks for this day. Friends, and Dr. McDowell, greetings to you. To the instructors and staff of this great institution and students. A special thanks to Dr. McDowell for inviting me here today. I looked at the word mentor, and I recognize mentors that are here this evening. Mentors have a very special calling. They come to provide expertise to less experienced individuals, to help them advance their careers, enhance their education, and build social and financial networks. Mentors are leaders who are concerned about the growth and the stability of our neighborhood, and whose hands our cities and states will be placed into in just a very short years. Ministers and pastors preach Jesus. We preach stop sinning, repent, do the right thing. Don't let the devil influence you to spend eternity in hell. But without mentors like Dr. Denise McDowell and her sister, Brother Roger, our unproductive and helpless brothers and sisters too would be very easy prey for frustration. crime could come in. As we say in the church, they would be devil meat. My subject today is excuses are off limits. Excuses are cheap, and they come from everywhere. They are small ones, and they learn to grow into bigger ones, and they get in your way. Let's take a close look at excuses. An excuse is an explanation for the performance of non-performance of an assignment or completion of a project. Excuses are in an attempt to be an exempt from guilt. Excuse is a sidestepping defense for most individuals' conduct when failure is acceptable. Education is a great and an awesome tool. It enhances knowledge and promotes a positive development in behavior in a competitive society. Many young women and young men, old ones too, who have not taken advantage and are not receiving fringe benefits of education have a bad case of obedience, respect, and trust. They lack certain stability factors in life. Most of us remember Humpty Dumpty. All of what was important to him was sitting with him on the wall. But after he fell, a great investigation was made, and they discovered that not all of the stuff needed to secure him back together was available. There was a shortage. He had a one-track mind. All of the lifelong excuses fell out of his head. They splattered and destroyed. They were destroyed at the foot of the wall. I'm known to ask a lot of questions, sometimes to myself and to my congregation members. Question number one: what is so funny or important about this situation with Humpty Dumpty? Well, as students, you are to focus on education. Don't be one-minded or short-minded. The doors are open to a vast majority of learning, science, computers, political science, nursing, administrative skills. Most of today's society is focused on top models. Can you sing or can you become a rap music producer? The word opportunity comes to mind. Opportunity. It is a favorable juncture having advantage in certain circumstances. A good education will help you identify and understand when opportunities come knocking. Opportunities will knock on the other side of the door. It may knock once or it may knock twice, but when you're prepared with an education, you will be able to step into these doors and run to see that the benefits are available for you. Again, my subject is excuses are off limits. No more excuses. They are not acceptable anymore. You are to do a self-exam. Let's look in the mirror. Mirrors don't lie. Quit denying yourself as you look into the mirror and search for an excuse not to step up and push forward. Many students don't know because they dream of their parents who had worked hard to place their kids into an institution of higher learning so that he or she would receive these benefits. But some teens think that it is some type of punishment to study, to write papers, to pass exams. But in reality, a good education shows that you have studied to show thyself approved. You will have a better understanding of government if you study. And as the Apostle Paul says to the student he was mentoring, Timothy, he says, thou must study and show yourself approved. The harder you push, the weaker the bad focus becomes. Fringe benefits of education. It is a change in your lifestyle It is right around the corner. Just think, no more exerting all of your energy trying to be a star in the neighborhood across the street from Quick Trip. There's no more excuses of being a bootleg or a jackleg or under the tree backyard operator. Fringe benefits of education. This word comes to mind. It's called qualification. Qualification comes to mind, and it is a certificate of study and accomplishments. When a problem or a situation arises, you will be able to say, yes, we can. Now let's talk about some money. Fringe benefits, and I went online and I looked at this from about.com, college life. It gave me 6 financial benefits of a college degree. It says you will have higher lifetime earnings. The figures vary from several $100,000 to $1 million or more over your lifetime. Regardless of what you go through, you will have more money with a college education. You will have the knowledge to make more educated choices about everything from mortgage rates to your car loan, to your retirement plan, and of course, your investment options. You'll have more lucrative career options. Those who have graduate degrees are placed on the top. The sky is the limit. You will experience fringe benefits of education. It's just more than taking home a paycheck. It will offer you a retirement matching, sometimes a health saving accounts, child care program, in some cases, tuition reimbursements. A college degree is a financial investment. Education with a bachelor's degree, the earning will be approximately 75% higher than the employee with only a high school education. Over a career lifetime, until you retire, and maybe a little beyond that, those with bachelor's degree will earn an average in excess of $1 million more than the counterpart with only a high school diploma. This is my calendar to you. There's something kind of unique about this calendar. This calendar represents right now. There are no first of the month, 5th of the month, the 28th. There's no Sunday, no Saturday. That means that you got to get busy right now. Tomorrow is promised to nobody. Whatever you thought that you might have planned for next week ain't coming, brother. There's no such thing as tomorrow. Tomorrow. You can sleep on tomorrow. Tomorrow is not on the calendar. Right. What are you going to do? So that means of these long drawn plans and excuses don't fit in here. Do you have plans in the very near future to be a part of any program to receive fringe benefits from education? Who have you chosen to make this decision for you? Your future is at stake. You must accept it right now. But you got to remember, excuses are off limits. What date do you have circled on this calendar to enhance your life? Look at your calendar. Ask yourself, what day can I circle? I'm going to do this on this day. I ask that you look at your watches. Those of you that have these very expensive watches. Watches don't add time. They subtract time. Now I ask that Those of you that do not have watches, or you have a watch that maybe it's not working, this is my clock that I present to you. What time is it? What time are you going to get up tomorrow morning and do something? Well, somebody might say, well, there's no time. That's right. There's no time. You don't have time to plan. Now is the time to take the action. Education develops skills that are valued and respected by employers. Somebody maybe didn't have their hearing aid on, so I'm going to say this one more time. Education develops skills that are valued and respected by employers. And it puts educated workers in favorable positions for lifetime earnings. I just want to give you thanks for this opportunity. And for the mentors that are on your job, stay on your job. Let the children of this community know that there is help and that excuses is not acceptable. There are benefits in education. God bless you. Thank you.
But we like to have our group make sure you understand the person. What did you hear him say? Yes.
That excuse is not acceptable, like in life.
Okay.
Don't make excuses when something happens.
Beautiful.
Take responsibility.
Yes, take responsibility. And I know you've done that on numerous occasions. Who else? What else did you hear? Yes.
No tomorrow and no time. You got to do it now, right now.
Okay. All right. Rick.
Take advantage of higher learning, and mirrors don't lie.
Okay. All right. What else? What about my friend I've been picking on all night? What did you hear?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Well, I mean, I can't word it exactly what he said, but I mean, the fact that education puts you in a totally different bracket when it comes to society and definitely economics. So I definitely heard that loud and clear.
Okay. All right, Brandon. I remember your name because that's my brother's name. All right, Brandon. What did you hear?
With an education, there's the potential to earn over $1 million more in your lifetime.
Money talk.
Absolutely.
All right. What else? Tony, what did you hear?
With a higher education, you get more money, you get more respect from employers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm debonair like a gentleman right here in the green.
Yes, just that education, it's about, I guess, I never really thought about it like that, but it does present you as a whole, you know what to do and when to do it, and how to handle certain situations. That's part of education too. I never thought about it like that. So.
All right.
How's everyone this evening?
All right.
She said the part that I feel comfortable with, and for me, my life is an open book. I'm basically comfortable with my past, everything I've been through. Now, the part is, can others handle it? Because I can handle sharing my past, but a lot of people can't handle where I come from. I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. My father was from Kansas, my mother's from Missouri. To make a long story short, I ended up kind of going back and forth across the wire. Stayed in trouble growing up. Went to Southeast High School, ended up getting in trouble, and next thing I know, I'm over here in Kansas. I graduated from Slago. Then I was back in Missouri. So for whatever reason, my life just kept bouncing back and forth. To make a long story short, I ended up getting in some trouble, and basically I did everything you could think of. I've been in the streets. I was that dude with the wild hair next to you, doing this, smoking, drinking, the whole nine. I ended up getting in trouble in July of 1998, and ended up going to prison. I went to prison. I did probably a few months shy of 9 years flat in the penitentiary. That situation, like I didn't grow up in church. My grandmother was in church. But that situation, you know, sometimes trouble, I mean, if y'all ain't been through no trouble, but trouble will make you cry out. Trouble will make you ask for help from something you can't get from man, but you gotta get some help from God. You know, I hope y'all mind me sharing it, but I gotta be me. So gave my life to the Lord, and I was on bond for like almost 2 years, and I don't know if y'all know who Bishop Donaldson is. That's my pastor. It's at Greater Pentecostal Temple. It's over here on 8th Split Log. I came to him when I was in trouble, and I basically told him my situation, and he rode with me through me being on bond. He rode with me through prison, all the way till I came home. I came home in May of 2008. So I came home, and now walking in God, I was walking in the things of God in prison. I was in prison ministry. I wasn't in prison doing the things that people thought I was going to be doing in prison. I was in prison living a life as a man of God, probably in the worst situation you can imagine. So make a long story short, I came home. Now I'm home, but at the same time, I need jobs. I need all these things. But my past is something that still keeps doors shut off for me to this day. So I came home, couldn't find a job. First job I found was making like $10 an hour, but it was like through being a career coach, facilitating classes for young adults. I didn't get paid for it. The finances in the program didn't work out, so I didn't get paid. The next job I had was making $7 an hour. You're talking about getting off work, barely could walk, and all these things. To make a long story short, I ended up going to this place called Gracious Promises. Because I supposed to have a job waiting on me when I came home, but that fell through. I took up electrical wire while I was gone, so I had a guy that had his own business, like, he gonna give me a job when I came home. Well, he did. You know, he said he couldn't, that fell through. So I ended up going to Gracious Promises, and my whole thing is, I wanted to be this electrician, this was my plan and all this, but it didn't work. I went to, took the test, didn't pass the test, so, and the test is not no guarantee that you're gonna get this job, it's just saying that we might consider you for an apprenticeship, and you gotta pay for it. And so anyway, I ended up going to Gracious Promises, and I asked them about, I need to do something. I don't know what I need to do, but I know I need to do something. I can't keep being out here, not making any money, basically living in my wife's auntie's basement, you know, which I didn't mind, because that was just a situation I was in, but me, I know I wanted more. She told me about a lady that was here named, I'll probably say her name wrong, Marie Henson, how you say her first name. And I came and met with her, and she basically just gave me the spiel about education. Just going to get in school. So when I first started school here at KCK, I had no idea what I was going to school for. I had no idea what I was going to do. I just know I needed to do something. I'm in a situation where I'm not making any income. I'm basically riding around. My wife is still supporting me, and that just is not me. So I ended up starting school here, and it was rough. I ended up landing another job after that. And then I ended up, actually Marie turned me on to this program in the process. So I started coming to these groups, coming to these meetings. And I'm not really making any money, but I'm also hearing the speaker speak. There was a couple things that I will always remember that stood out to me. We was watching the video one night, there was a guy on there that said that he made education his hustle. He was like, I made education my hustle. And he was saying how he continued to hustle or whatever, legally. Now I didn't hustle illegally. I ain't scared to tell on myself, I done did everything you could think of. But when he said that, that stuck to me, that stuck in my mind. And she showed a pie pyramid one night. And she gave like, it was different, basically in a pie pyramid, it showed a group of black males that didn't have a GED, and that was a pretty big pie. Then it got smaller as far as a high school diploma. Then it got smaller when it went to a 2 years associate's degree. And it continued to get smaller, then it went all the way to like 1% of black males, if I'm not mistaken, have a master's degree. So I just made up my mind, I don't know what I'm going to school for, but I'm trying to get in that 1%. Because I feel like if I can get in that 1%, it'll open up some doors. So I ended up finally getting a job. I work at Tyson Foods right now. I make a little over $15 an hour, which it has blessed me to be able to maintain myself. It's blessed me to where I purchased me a home. I'm a homeowner. I purchased a home in Raytown, and this is a nice spot for my first home. And everything I did illegally, I obtained some things, but I didn't get to keep none of them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we see guys and it look like they shining. I might speak with a little slang, hope you forgive me. But it look like they shining, it look like they doing well. But to make a long story short, there's one brief little story. When I was in prison, I knew a guy that was a street millionaire. I mean, I knew he was a millionaire, but I seen him in prison on captain crew picking up cigarette butts. Things like that used to click to me. Like the quick life, the fast life, it don't last long. It doesn't amount to anything. We don't get to keep the word of God. The Word of God says only what you're going to do with Christ is what's going to stand. So those things don't last. It might seem like it's going to last, but it don't. So right now, let's see, like I said, I work at Tyson. I'm the men's ministry president in my church. I teach Sunday school, men's ministry Sunday school. I mean, so I'm doing some things that I thought I would never be doing, actually. You know, people that see me, they tease me and like, you know, you doing what? You know, it's basically like my wife said, it's like a miracle. But my whole thing is, sometimes I ask, why did God even spare me? Because I'm one of them guys that felt like I should have life without. But for whatever reason, he gave me opportunity, and I'm going to use it. So that's it.
They forgot everything else you said to me. What one or two things would you want them to take away?
Never give up. In this society, we fall short. We measure things, and if we do not, if the cup is not full, then we give up. You know, there's always something in that cup that we can use to our advantage. Everything that's in a cup may not be for you, but take it, use it, try it, work with it. Don't never give up.
Okay. All right, and we know that the young men heard you, and they were inspired and they were encouraged. And as you look back on your life, what would you say were one or two of the most significant influences that helped you overcome some of the barriers that you saw?
We speak about mentors. I had one of my grandmother's brothers who made sure that my shoes would shine, that I had a haircut, that my mouth was respectful, and so I worked with that. There was always, I want to be a copycat of somebody doing something great. And later in my season years, I was blessed by Bishop John Bryant. And he assigned me, he ordained me one day and gave me a church the next day. And from him come Bishop Kirkland. And here I am under the influence of 4 bishops. We talked about my lifetime. I grew up in a little small town, 42 miles from the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, membership maybe 300 people. Not knowing that I would ever be more than working offshore someplace. But God has truly blessed me. And to brag, this coming 21st or 22nd of September, I will be presiding as the worship director at Kansas City Reardon Center for the 4th Midwest Annual Conference of the African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I come from a very small country family, and throughout my life, being respectful and obedient, God has truly blessed me. I always wanted to do well, and opportunities knocked, and when they knock, I said, come in. I said, come in.
Wonderful. Well, I really appreciate you coming and being a part of our evening, and I think each person that's walked away tonight walks away not only with a piece of you, with words that they can hold on to, and inspiration that will hopefully carry them and bring them back forward. So thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.